I've got plenty of nothing and something I don't even know I don't even have the words to this song or the tune. That's how much nothing I have. Hi. More geek than gay. This is Edward. We're a little late because I had plenty of nothing. I got nothing. I got nothing this week. Joseph has stuff, which is good. But it dawned on me that actually it's a good thing that we do the podcast every week because this is the only time we make the bed. So, all right. And plus, it gives us a chance to, be one with our family of podcasting family, pod, nothing. So, theme music.
There's no need to fear. Underdog is here.
Walking, tiny white stuff.
Welcome to More Geek Than Gay. I'm Joseph.
Hi, I'm Edward.
We're running a little late this week, but this is this week's installment of More Geek Than Gay.
Yes, that's why it's on this week.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, ain't that funny how that works?
True.
And this is the episode where I got nothing.
You do have stuff, you just don't realize you have stuff.
I got nothing.
He's got stuff, he just doesn't realize he's got stuff, because trust me, when he looks at my little list that I wrote down, he's going to go, oh yeah.
I got nothing. I'm basically flavor text for this week. That's what I am. You know that stuff at the bottom of your Magic the Gathering cards that doesn't actually do anything for the card, but it tells you the cute little story? That's me this week. I got nothing.
Well, I wouldn't say cute little stories from you, but still.
Hey, I'm adorable.
Long stories.
I'm adorable. So.
Should have put a hat on.
I should have put a hat on? I can put a hat on. So
anyways, well, Edward's getting a hat to cover his bed head.
See, it's really quick and easy.
Exactly.
I got a hat right here.
How was your week?
My week was okay, I guess. Busy as crap. Like, nothing exceptional. Been trying to write, but busy as crap. So don't have time to write. And that, which is sad because I need to find out when the thing is. There's a thing I'm trying to submit a story for. What are you looking at me weirdly?
What thing?
It's a book. They're looking for submissions, short stories. And I said, hey, do you take amateurs? And they're like going, yes, we take amateurs. And I mean, it's next to nothing, but it's at least a book. Because it's like $30, but you get to retain the rights and they'll give you a copy of the book.
Okay.
And the interesting thing is it has to be a gay superhero romance. Yeah, that's quite a niche.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, okay. But I think I figured out my way into that one that's different than anything you've seen before, which, not that there's a whole bunch of gay superhero romances out there, but at the same time, pretty much once you've seen one gay superhero romance...
You've seen them all?
Yeah, there's not really much variety in that sort of thing. You know, so...
It'll be interesting on how you are with romance, because you're not romantic at all.
I'm not romantic at all, and this is not a super romantic story, even though it's a gay superhero romance. It's more of a straightforward story that just kind of takes a twist to being romantic. It was like, oh, okay, there's the romance.
Yeah.
I almost missed it, but thank God you put that right before the end. So wish me luck. Ah.
If he ever gets to writing it.
I know. I've got the opening part of it. I just need to get the next, 95% of it done.
So we got a couple new cats here, and one is peeking over like...
Hi, Screech. Oh, she even said hi.
Yeah, that's Screech. That's Screechy Girl.
She's one of the originals.
She's about, what, 7?
Yeah?
Maybe 8?
I'd say about 7.
How long did
She
you have her
came in
before
like-
me?
She came in right before you.
Okay, then she's 7. Because we're coming up to 6.
Yeah, when I still had money, but did not yeah. It was after Dimitri, before you. So about 7.
So during Glenn. And
No.
what's his name, and what's his name, and what's his name.
Makes me sound like a tramp. So, how was your week?
Well, you are in the triple digits area, so... my week was good. Let's see. Went to a bowling alley on Thursday night just to chat and cheer on the Joshua Tree bowling team with the Gay and Lesbian Bowling League, or PUGBA. And then
Freaked you out because I knew bowling.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Oh, you want to go there? Okay, Edward knows a lot about bowling. He used to bowl when he was a teenager and a kid with his parents. Then
I now understand why they got upset at me for not trying harder. I could have been good.
coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Yeah, I know.
And then Saturday, Joshua Tree had a bowling fundraiser. Edward didn't go.
I didn't go.
He was a bowler, but didn't go to a bowling fundraiser. But I, for the first time in my life, went bowling. And actually bowled. I've been on Saturday, made the 5th time I've been inside of a bowling alley. First time was in San Diego, was for the San Diego Invitational Bowling, blah, 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 with the Gay League. And they asked my troupe that I used to have in San Diego to perform. So I performed in a bowling alley bar right before the awards were handed out, and there was 6 of us, and we were in drag, doing a drag show while that happened. So that was my first bowling thing. Aside from that, I had meetings in bowling alleys, never actually bowled. Had a good time. My arm was sore for like 2 days afterwards.
And the second game was a 139, which, if any of you know bowling, you know that for second game ever bowling, that's pretty damn good.
Yeah, but the 3rd and 4th game, I didn't even break 100.
But his first game he broke 100.
Yeah.
Very first game he broke 100, which means that he had to mark and score points on that mark, which means nothing to him, even though he did it. But
my first game was like 101
we
or
bowlers,
102.
we know what I'm talking about. I thought it was 106 for some reason.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
It's on Facebook.
Yeah.
I was doing Facebook, and he was like, "Oh, look at this! Look at this! Look at this!"
Look, sports.
Hey, I'm an athlete.
I'm just saying we're talking sports.
We always talk sports.
No, usually you talk sports, and I just look at you all questioning.
Well, yeah.
Like, my people don't really do sports.
Your people now?
Well, I've always referred to them as my people.
No, yeah, because it's all about you. Then on Sunday was the Super Bowl.
Are they your people too?
No.
Okay. See, I'm not going. My people are not the same as your people. Your people do sports.
Super Bowl. Speaking of sports, we went over to a Super Bowl party. I think I was one of 3 people. There was about 24 people there. I was one of 3 people who actually watched the game. Everybody else was talking.
I was talking.
There were a couple people who... There were a couple times during commercials the house got quiet, and then during halftime show the place got quiet. Aside from that, it was just yap. Talking. But I was good. I didn't yell at the TV too much.
You didn't.
I did at the beginning, and I had a couple people turned around and looked, startled, and I'm like, oh shit, yeah, they don't know how I am.
I was afraid that everyone was going to be like how you are. I was scared. He yells.
I yell a lot. I yell at the TV. I yell at the teams. I yell at people if they're in my way.
I got recommendations for fantasy to try by people who understood my problems with fantasy.
Yeah, you know, every so often out here, you know, Edward is across the way, and all of a sudden I hear like Doctor Who stuff or Star Trek stuff or comic book stuff. But that's to be expected.
It was football. I didn't care.
Yeah, it was at our friend Jeannie Koch, Jeannie and Steve's house. So
there was a
it
whole bunch
nice.
of writers and geeks and stuff there.
Exactly. Yes, it was.
We got to see Marcy.
Yes, Marcy and the boys.
Marcy and the boys.
I got to play, and I bet middle child and I got to make a bet. Since they don't bet money, we had to bet bragging rights.
Yeah.
He won.
And I finally got to put a face to Lee and realize, oh crap, I've been talking to Lee all this time.
And who's Lee?
Lee would be some dude. I'm not sure what his title is.
I don't know his title. I always tell him that
he's like the author coordinator or something like that for con?
Yes.
Something like that.
For Phoenix Comic Con, he is the head honcho for the authors.
Yeah. And I've talked to him many times before. I just never realized his name was Lee.
I always tell him he's one of the men in charge, and he goes, no, I'm not. And I'm like, well, yes, you are. You're in charge of all the authors.
You're in charge enough that people are sucking up to you.
Well, it's kind of like, you know, they should suck up to you, too. You're third in line for the moderators.
Well, I'm not really third. There's a hierarchy. I'm next to nothing in the moderators.
No, you're more than next to nothing, because the next to nothings are the newbies.
Well, okay. They are the nothings.
They're next to
we
nothings.
love our little nothings, but there are
No,
nothings.
they're the next to nothings. The nothings are the ones who don't even do anything.
Well, that's true.
Next to nothings are the newbies.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. See, you got to do this thing, figure it out. So that was my weekend. Oh, Tuesday night was the third week of the Gay and Lesbian Association of Dart League. It was our third week of 16 weeks, and we finally won. So yay! We are 1-2. Yeah, so we should go up in the standings. Right now, last week we were in the 22nd spot out of 32. No, out of 29 teams, we were in the 22nd. So we should go up.
So, did anyone expect a nerd or gay podcast to like start with sports? Just right into sports.
Oh, well, just wait until you see who our first sponsor might be that I'm working on. We might get a sponsor like within a couple of weeks.
All right. A sponsor would be great.
So
I've been meaning to, because I want to expand this. I would love to retire from work and make this my job. Ha!
So I'm looking for a job. Edward wants to be a housewife, even though he doesn't cook or clean or take care of. Well, no, you do take care of the cat.
And I clean. Who vacuumed on Tuesday?
Who took out the vacuum?
Well, yeah, but who vacuumed while you were gone? And we even tore apart the vacuum cleaner.
Well, probably because of the fact that I was coming back, and that's when you vacuumed.
That's beside the point. I do laundry.
You cleaned up the place and did laundry and did everything probably the day or the day before I came back.
He makes it sound like a bad thing. It was done.
I was gone for 5 days.
Yeah.
Should be done more often than every 5 days.
Hi, kitty.
So, that was my week. I mean, there's other stuff that I have that we will talk about, but that was my week. Let me go ahead and cross these off. So, well, because if I don't cross them off, I'm going to talk about them again.
You can get the clad there, yeah.
All right. Today...
Hey, we got birthdays.
Yes, we do. That's what I was going to talk. That's later.
Well, when we do the birthdays now?
No, because I want to do them later, so that way those people could actually listen to it all the way through.
Oh, good point. You won't know if it's your birthday until the end.
So, we saw the season finale of American Horror Story Coven.
We did.
Yes.
I like this season better than last season. I like this season a lot better than last season.
Yes. Season 3 was better than Season 2.
Season 3 has issues. You didn't have as many issues as I did.
Well, even Season 1 had issues.
Season 1 I didn't find to have that many issues.
I had a lot of issues with Season 1, but I like Season 1. Season 1 is still the best.
Season 3 would not have issues, in my opinion, if Season 3 was actually the beginning of, like, the All Girls Witch Society series, because then they could continue out and answer a lot of the questions that they just left flippin' dangling out there.
Maybe they are.
See, if they did a spin-off that actually continued the series, which is actually what the last episode looked like. The last episode actually looked like a pilot to spin off the series.
The last 10 minutes, not the actual version.
Yeah, definitely the last 10 minutes. But we got to find out that Cordelia is the Supreme.
Oh, look at you, remembered her name.
Look at that, I remember her name. Fiona was not dead, which is what I said. And she wasn't dead, but she's dead now. And then Cordelia, she did have something up her sleeve, even though she didn't know she had something up her sleeve. But that's also what I said, that there'd be something up with Cordelia involving the whole thing. And Myrtle with the red hair. I remember names all of a sudden. The series is over and I remember their names. Myrtle is the one that suggested that Cordelia go for
Cordelia. Yeah, you went Cordelia.
So Myrtle's the one that suggested that Cordelia go for being Supreme because they didn't want rich.
She's not rich. Well, kind of rich. But.
She was a Broadway or she was a Hollywood actress, so
yes.
One would assume that she was rich.
No, you never know.
I want to say her name was Emma, and I don't think it was Emma.
No.
It's not Chloe.
No.
Because Chloe died.
Yes.
They had to do the 7 wonders and prove themselves with the 7 wonders. And Misty died during the 7 wonders because she went to the afterworld and did not come back. They had to do pyrokinetics, which is making fire, telekinesis, which is moving things with their mind, and then they had to do divination, which is like divination, and they had to be able to go to the land of the dead and come back. That's where Misty didn't do so hot. Misty didn't make it back. And then they had to be able to do the sharing of life energies, which in general means bringing back from the dead. And Chloe had died, and Cordelia wanted...
It's not Chloe, by the way, it's Zoe.
Chloe, Zoe, whatever, same name. So Zoe had died, and Cordelia wanted Hollywood Chick to bring her back, but Hollywood Chick said, nope. Here, I killed a fly. Here, I brought it back. I proved it. We can move on. And that's when Myrtle said, hey, Cordelia, darling, become the Supreme. And then she did. But then, what was it that was the one that...
Make people do things.
Make people do things. And which is one of the big questions that comes up at the end of this series. But what was the one that Queenie failed at? Oh, it was the bringing back from the dead.
Queenie couldn't bring Zoe back from the dead.
And it seems like I'm missing...
There is that one where you had to find stuff.
Well, that was the divination.
Okay.
That was the final...
Is it the one... How about the one where they would, like, disappear and... where Zoe got killed?
Well, that was the... Okay, yeah. And that was transmogrification or something like that. And that basically teleporting. It seems like I'm missing still one. I think that's... only 6 that I've mentioned.
I don't know, I wasn't keeping track.
And then there was a 7th one. And lo and behold, Cordelia managed to do them all, and she became the new... And Hollywood Chick was not able to do the divination.
Yes.
As a side thing. And Cordelia just looked really grand while doing all of them, too.
Because she became sure of herself.
She had these great gestures and motions. Well,
because she got confidence and she became sure of herself. So
and she got eyes again.
Oh, I know, that was weird, huh?
Well, she was a Supreme. Why wouldn't she have eyes?
Yeah. Well, I liked it. The season finale was really done very well. I had no problems with the last 10 minutes of it. Even on the interwebs went a little ballistic about the last 10 minutes, but I liked it, and I hope that they do. It would be neat if they did an actual series with it now.
Some sort of spin-off, books, comic books, another something, because it really looked like it's feeding. Because in the end, they opened up the school public, and there was a big line of girls at the very end waiting to come into the school.
Mm-hmm.
Which leads to a couple of questions. Oh, and then Myrtle also says, "Oh, darling, you know what you have to do. I killed people, and you know what? I killed other witches, and you know that I have to be burned again." And so Cordelia has to burn her. And she's like going, "You need to do this for your public image. It wouldn't look good for the public to know that you're harboring a murderer." To which I'm thinking, okay, but it looks good for the public to know that you're burning one of your own instead of bringing them to justice. I had issues with that. They make mention of male witches, but we never really see anything of them, which is something I would hope would be answered in future. What happened to the baby? The baby that the ghost took. Where is that ghost, by the way?
He was still there.
He was still there, but what's he going to be doing? I mean, there was all sorts of weird questions that were left open. That, like, a series, as a final resolution, that episode, those were problems. As the beginning of a spin-off, well,
you can't really call it a spin-off.
But if
How
they
can
were
you call
to
it a spin-off when it's just going to be a continuation?
because
A spin-off implies that they're actually going to take a character, one of the main characters, and give them their own show.
it does.
This
but
is not a spin-off. It's a continuation or season 2.
Okay, but I'm considering it a spin-off just because I don't think they would do it in the same medium.
You don't know.
I think they would change medium because we already know that next season is not going to be this.
True, but if FX, if the studio and channel wants to keep the story going on, it's not a spin-off. It's a second season. The rumor is for the 4th season, it's going to take place in Washington D.C.
Or something political.
Yeah. So it will be interesting to see. I think it should be in Washington D.C. Bring all it's basically a swamp.
Yeah, swamp creatures. I like swamp creatures.
Yes. All right. So that's American Horror Story Coven. Thank you, Ryan Murphy, for another good season.
Yes, for a better season than last season.
Exactly.
Now, if you could only learn how to actually write balanced characters that weren't
Stereotypical.
Yeah. Because it is interesting that for a season that was so much girl power, they really depended on men for the final solution for things. Well, men became very pivotal. Let's put it that way.
What the only thing is that
The Axeman.
he got killed this
But that was-
episode before.
But that was part of Fiona's solution to everything. Fiona was solving everything by bringing in the Axeman instead of doing it herself. And then you also had the Zoe's boyfriend,
Zombie
boyfriend,
who killed the Hollywood actress.
which is weird because she was able to easily control him during the mind control thing. So why couldn't she control him while he was trying to strangle her? Because she was able to just control him too. So the moment he came at her, you'd think that she'd be able to do that.
Not unless it was surprise.
But even then, she had time while he was strangling the life out of her. She was staring at him.
True, but at the same time, it was a surprise. She probably was on flight mode, not fight.
Okay.
When you make that decision, fight or flight, that's all you think of.
Okay.
And she was in flight.
What do we got?
All right, last Thursday, both Edward and I did a live blog for an hour with the blog goddess, Tina.
Hi, Tina. Tina Williams.
Yes.
I reviewed her book.
But it was very good. It was very interesting. I realized for the first time, because we tape it, as you guys know, we tape this and then we edit. This was live. So I had to think, I know I did, and I know how Edward is, and I know he did not, but I had to think before I said something. Because live. And we did go blue a couple times.
We don't really edit that much for this, honey. There's virtually no editing that's done on ours.
Well, it sounds good to say that, okay?
It does. But we were live.
What the heck was this thing?
I was leaning in to let you know.
Why? You didn't say it in a soft voice, you still said it, so why bother leaning in?
Well, because they know we don't edit.
Yeah, we do. We splice and dice.
It has.
That's called editing.
Everyone's fault. Typically,
That's
I
called
merge.
editing.
Typically, it's merging.
Still editing. But it was fun. Thank you,
It was very
Tina,
fun. Yes.
for letting us do that. It was a good time. Thank you, Missy, for calling in.
Yay, Missy! Thank you.
And then one of the Montana girls actually, wrote.
Yes.
And
Tippy. We need to figure out how to do live. That'd be kind of fun.
that would mean that we'd have to be consistent on when we record. Okay. We're back.
We're back.
This is another edit point.
Yeah, because like we ran out of memory and I had to change things out. So, what's going on now?
All right. Just because we haven't mentioned her only once, but Jeannie Koch is at Coastal Magic, which is in Daytona, Florida. She's right there. She's there right now. I wish I was with you. I wish I was there.
Hi, Jeannie.
I like Florida, and it's not that far away from Orlando. Hint, hint, hint.
I've never been to Florida.
So that's where she's at right now. And that's it for the Jeannie part. That's all I had to say is like Jeannie's over there. Well, I've mentioned it I think a couple times. It's funny because Jeannie and I will see each other all the time, and then we'll go like a month or so without seeing each other. But we still talk. Now it's birthday time. This is going to be a short podcast. Birthday time. I would like to wish a good friend of ours, Kim,
Hi, Kim.
a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Kim.
I've known her since junior high school, and you've known her since high school.
Yeah.
You kept in contact with her after high school. I did not.
Yeah, what's up with that?
They didn't have Facebook then.
Oh, okay.
I've gotten so bad that that's the only way I keep contact with anybody. Or text messages. Take a pic. And then she is now you. She is now your age.
45.
Yeah, now she's a record.
And Kim and I almost did it. But the sun started coming up and we decided to change our minds.
I thought it was because she wanted another cigarette and you're like, ugh, no.
Well, there was also the horrible cigarette breath. Yeah, that really killed a whole bunch there too.
Yeah, but yeah, your ex smokes.
I know, but trust me, hers was like wow. She was like power smoking those cigarettes. But but to this day, bottle caps and wacky wafers are very special to us.
And then also today is my grandnephew Samuel's first birthday. So happy birthday, Sam. Samwise, I wish you the best. Don't know if I can make it to your birthday party, but happy birthday, mijo.
Yay, happy birthday.
And that's all I got in my list here. We are done.
We're done.
Unless Edward finds something else to talk about, but there's really not much to talk about.
I can't think of anything else right at
No.
this moment.
I mean, upcoming things, not really.
Yeah?
It's gonna be a short podcast, so that means it's gonna be only an hour instead of an hour and a half. So because I'm sure Edward will find something on the interwebs to splice this up with, and because that's what he does. So thank you and good night, goodbye, good morning.
Yeah. Thank you and don't forget about leaving comments. We had comments. I forgot to get them primed. I think we only had one.
I think, well, yeah, from our podcast, we got a lot of comments.
Oh, and Stewie's back too.
Yeah, but he's got a different name.
Yeah, like Chuck or something like that.
I don't remember. Right?
Yeah.
He'll always be Stewie Monster, no matter which name you pick.
Yeah.
But we got a lot of comments from the Blog Goddess. Her listeners.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You didn't see.
I didn't. No.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, cool. Yay! Thank you. So we will cover those next time.
Yes. Once Edward decides to, yes, we gotta, record.
Yeah. Then we'll prime it up.
All right. Thank you. See you next week.
Bye.
Or in a couple days by that time that this gets uploaded.
It happens.
I I don't know to know you and what you saw. I'm just no one with nothing to give you but love. I love you. You buy her diamonds, bright, sparkling diamonds. But believe me, get what I say, that she can give you all, but she never love you. I love you. You can take her any place she wants, to fancy clubs and restaurants, but I can only watch you win. My nose pressed up against the window pane. I love nothing. I love no one. Let's watch you go dancing by, erecting the arms of somebody else, but dying to go.
Okay, well, keeping with the spirit of nothing, we've got I Who Have Nothing by Shirley Bassey. What's that got to do with geek or gay? Well, first of all, she's fabulous, so I guess that takes care of the whole gay thing. But also, Shirley Bassey is the only singer to have been brought back not just for one James Bond theme, not just two James Bond themes, but she did 3 James Bond themes. Everyone else has only done 2, or done 1, actually. But she did Goldfinger, Diamonds Are Forever, and Thunderball. No, not Thunderball. Moonraker. Thunderball is Tom Jones. But anyway, I would like to thank you all for tuning in this week. Please be sure to leave your comments and reviews. We're available on iTunes, Libsyn, and on YouTube. Just hunt us down and you will find us. Don't forget about Joshua Tree. They're a feeding program that help people with HIV and AIDS get food. They also have a pet food program so that people who have HIV and AIDS don't have to choose between feeding themselves and feeding their pets. Their website is www.jtfp.org. All volunteer organizations, so they'll be more than happy to take any assistance that you're willing to give. Hope to catch you all next week, and yay! 2014. I don't know where I was going. Yeah, it's one of those weeks.